Hey guys, welcome to the Heart of David. Hope you guys are doing well today, wherever you are in the world. I don't want to be apologetic about this video at all. Although I've touched on this topic before, and at the end of this video, I'm gonna provide you a video of today's sermon. I think it's today. It's lately, anyways. I can never tell. I can never tell because it seems they give some replays. And in this video, mind the thumbnails, okay? Just mind the thumbnails. I don't know why they do the thumbnails this way. The preacher of this church is probably not responsible for that. And in any case, that's not what matters. I've never heard it explained this way. You want to make sure that you're going to enter the kingdom of heaven? Find out if you're born again. It doesn't get any more serious than this and beautiful than this. Guys, I am not well. I don't know, I think I'm having both a kidney stone and a gallbladder attack. I said it in one of my last videos that I knew something was coming on. Pray for me. And I'm dealing with a lot of stress in my life, so I need a prayer. Really, I do. I say this regularly enough that, you know, I may feel really sick, and that's a lot of the time. But I feel like Jeremiah speaks about it's just in his bones. It's like I come up to my usual time of making a video because it's a good time, right? I'm like right at the beginning of a meal here, and you know, I take my pain med. It's a good time to speak. And I'm saying, you know, maybe take a rest from this. You know, in my mind I'm saying that, but I'm like, something in me, in my bones, is telling me to say this. When I'm going through these stones, my mind is not the same. I can't think the same. It affects my psychological well-being. What a big question. Are you born again? And you know what? I don't care if this triggers you, and I don't mean it as being a rude Christian. This is some very serious business, and I just want to give you the root of my life. We each have a personal journey. And this is what happened in mine. We're all exposed to... We don't all listen to the same people. We don't all read the same thing, excluding a King James Version or a New King James Version of the Bible. We listen to a lot of different preachers and pastors, and that can do a whole lot of good and bad. It can do a lot of damage too, right? Are you born again? Is the question. I've been going through a phase where I finally understood the Bible and the transitions in Acts, and I remember, and this was maybe a year ago, I was studying a website called Doctrine.org. And I was sharing many of the stories that I had read in there. Some were really beautiful. But there were things in there that I found it really hard to accept. There are many things that people are obviously afraid to say, like, it got to the point in Doctrine.org where it was saying, that essentially, and man, I'm guilty for saying this, that the Gospels were for the Jews, because Jesus came right for the Jews, the Gospels, it was pertaining to them. But no, everything in the Gospels in the New and Old Testament are lessons for you and I. All of that was put down for you and I. Are you born again? Of course it's for you. But Jesus came and he nailed the law to the cross. So anyone who's trying to be justified by the law is guilty for all. Is guilty in all of them if they sin once. So we know we fall short of the glory of God, and we sin. I believe a born again person doesn't actively sin. Now, you might steal a pen from a place, or you might, do something that I believe in a born again person, the Holy Spirit inside you is going to be grieved if you do even the smallest of things. And when you speak of the objective, not just the subjective, but the objective things in what a person may look like, what a born again, you shall see their fruits. Jesus didn't lie. You shall know them by their fruits. So there's a lot of garbage on the internet saying, no, you can't look and see. You can't tell. And I brought it to a point where I'm just like, God knows their hearts, and who am I to, I'm just not going to debate this garbage. I'm not going to debate it, because it pulls us away from what really matters, which is God. This whole thing is about God. Let me pace for a second. This is really important. Listen, I ask my viewers who regularly watch me and not to watch the Lauren Livingston video today. It may take him a bit to get into it. There's no preacher like this guy. I've listened to them all. This guy has the Holy Spirit in him, completely full, and it was his video today that pushed me to just speak the truth, what I see and what I feel and what I know. It doesn't mean I get everything right, but one of the questions is, can a person fall away? And this is where a lot of the debates happen. And they're endless. And people make endless videos about it. Can a person fall away? If they are truly born again, no, they can't. Could they to a certain degree? Yes. I believe a person who is born again, you cannot take that back. I was born again over a year ago, and I'll talk about that in a second. I had no idea this type of feeling was even possible. The type of possible that in a schizophrenic person could almost take their schizophrenia away. I've showed you a video of that. That was objective proof. Something changes in you. And if that hasn't happened to you, if you don't remember, there it is. If you don't remember when God changed you, the very day he did it, I would suppose that maybe there was an issue. And I could relate that to a quickening of the Spirit. But it doesn't matter. It's still the same convictive feeling. Do you hate what God hates? Do you really hate what God hates? As they talk about when whoever was righteous in the Bible was vexed by looking around and seeing that it was like now, like Babylon, and like those the poor saved ones who were in Babylon with Daniel and those people. That's what it's like now. But worse, we have it on our screens. We have it everywhere we look. You can't walk. We have advertisements following us, literally. We have advertisements following us. And I heard just yesterday, I don't want to go off track, but I just heard a guy say yesterday that, and I believe that I heard this. He said they stopped doing this, but this is the way our world is now. My smartphone, if it's on my pocket, it doesn't matter. It's listening to you. There's a reason they took out the ability to take out the battery unless you break your cell phone or you know how to take these things apart correctly. They did that to track you. They did it for advertisement purposes. You mentioned something, all of a sudden, boom, there it is on your screen. So he said that, it's not just that he said it was, I believe he said Walmart, that they could identify you by facial recognition before you get to a certain point in the store. Like it would identify who you were and go to all your information that they know about you from all the data that they've sold about you and bring the perfect price to you. This is the kind of world we're living in. And I was growing up in the time in Christmas, when Christmas was getting, bigger and bigger and bigger in terms of advertisements. That's where it all began, more money, more ads, bigger, better, faster. I hate this world. I hate it. I want to leave it. And I don't mean suicide. Great, my thing's going to be flagged now. That's not what I mean. We are not of this world. Are you part of that crew? Are you all about money and recognition and stuff like that? I kind of had trouble in my life with listen, I always had trouble fitting in, but I always had a lot of friends, but I felt like a black sheep, and I just never really fit in anywhere, and I kind of wanted to fit in, and that troubled me. But at a certain point, I recognized that it just doesn't matter. And when I was born again, that just vanished. I don't mind being the strange and odd-looking person. I would rather be that person, while everyone else is in their groups and in their recognition and what is my status today? Oh, I must change my picture today. In my thumbnails, I stopped making thumbnails, with pictures and stuff. If you want to click on my video, you see my face, I'm like, okay, this suggested thumbnail today doesn't look good. I don't want them to put up that picture. So I'll go back and I'll keep putting up the same one, in case you guys haven't noticed. So, yeah. So let's think of some other things. Give me a sec here. There's always the debate that, baby Christians need to grow up. And as Lawrence says in his sermon today, those baby Christians are going to be saved by the Holy Spirit. They're going to be guided if that is God's plan for you. So I feel convicted to do good works. Not works of the law. It's by faith that we are saved. But I do believe faith produces works. Ooh, I said it right. And, I just feel like just loosen up, Dave. Just loosen up. I do believe they produce works, but I also understand that there are people who are ill, who have trauma, who have different... They may be physically ill, physical and psychologically ill, to a point where they're just okay with just, having a relationship with God. Do you have a relationship with God? Do you speak to God? Do you have a personal relationship?